Hi, thank you so much for joining my channel. I am so happy to have you here. Before we get into my latest and greatest video, I just wanted to ask a massive, big personal favor. So I love bringing content to you, and it fills my heart with so much joy knowing that it gives you value and gives you insight, and you're able to create beautiful, amazing costumes or clothing with either my patterns, my free tutorials, or even just my fabric hauls. I would love it if you hit the subscribe button, the like button, comment or shared my video. That would mean the world to me, because then I know that I'm reaching you, and it really helps me go a little bit further and give more. And I've got so many plans to give more. I just want to know that it's what you need. So if you do need more from me, please hit the subscribe, the like, make a beautiful comment, and I will do everything in my power to bring great value content to you. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Have a beautiful day and enjoy the video. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am so thrilled and excited to have you here. Today's a really important day because I have gotten so many questions about what sewing machine you should start off with when it comes to making your own stretch fabric for activewear, dancewear, swimwear, all that kind of stuff. And finding the right sewing machine can be quite tricky, and I scoured the internet for hours. This is going back 2020. Actually, look, I've had sewing machines for like 40 years. And they come and go, and you always turn them over for whatever need you need them for. But for my particular needs, I've always needed a sewing machine for stretch fabrics, and I love making my own swimwear, activewear, dancewear, everything. And I find working with stretch fabric to be different, obviously, to working with silk and cotton and all the other fabrics. But spandex, stretch sequins, it lights me up. And it can be a little bit of a learning curve, but like anything, it really is a learning curve for everything. So if there's something that you want to work on and perfect, then starting with the right sewing machine is paramount to your success. So what to look in a sewing machine for, say, if you're a beginner and you're just starting out, maybe you've downloaded a couple of my patterns, or you're thinking about it, or you're thinking about joining the Leotard wardrobe vault. All of my patterns and all of my courses are tailored for people that are just using a sewing machine. And I find that great because it's not complicated in the beginning, and you get to work with the fabric and learn its personality, and you get to work with a sewing machine and learn its personality as well. So it's not complicating anything. It just means that you just need two stitches, and that's a straight stitch and a zigzag stitch. But they can be kind of varying for different sewing machines as well. So my recommended sewing machine for beginners is a Janome, and I've got it right beside me. But before I bring it up and show you, I just thought I'd let you know that I am not endorsing any products or brands here. This is just from me simply having a trial and error with different machines and going into the sewing machine shops and trialing it out, buying it, giving it a go, and it's just through trial and error that I have found these gems. And that's like with anything. I think if you're going to find your favorite designer or find your favorite food, even, your favorite takeaway food, it's through trial and error, and you just have to embrace it because it's part of the journey, and it's unavoidable when you're looking for something to perfect and to grow and to be on the path with. So Just letting you know, I'm not endorsing any products, and I'm not sponsoring any products, or no products are sponsoring me, although I wish they would. But anyway, I'm just doing this so that I can help you out and bring to your awareness that you just need a sewing machine to get started with stretch fabric. But with saying that not all machines create the same zigzag stitch or the same straight stitch. And we'll go into it a little bit in depth in this video and possibly in future videos as well. So I hope this video helps you and you get a lot out of it, and it helps you navigate the machine kind of industry when it comes to sewing stretch fabric. So this is such a special machine that I'm just about to share with you, because it has literally made my business. And that's another thing. So the machine that I'm just about to show you, it started my business in 2020. Before 2020, I was still making my own clothes, and I was still making costume wear and making swimwear. And before 2020, I had actually started doing all this probably in going back probably about 25 years ago. So I'm showing my age there. So this machine I bought in 2020, it was in lockdown actually, and I needed a brand new sewing machine, and obviously I had some time on my hands. So I bought this machine, and it was just such a beautiful machine to work with. I created a whole new dancewear range for myself that went on to fueling my India jean business. The machine that I'm just about to show you was $249 AUD, and it's never needed a service. And now we're 2025, it still doesn't need a service. I don't use it anymore. I stopped using this machine about maybe 2 years ago. So 3 years, it was absolutely amazing. And let me show you, I'm so excited. All right, it's a little bit heavy, and I have still got it in my box. This is my all-time favorite sewing machine. So the Janome FD212. Can you see me over the little box? Okay, so this is a really special sewing machine. I put it back into its box, and the reason why I put it back into its box after I got my new box, or after I got my new sewing machine, is, should I put it down like this? Once I got the new one, I then put it into the box. And the reason why I've kept it and I've never gotten rid of it and I've never sold it is in case my other sewing machine decides to be complicated, might need a service. And if it's needing a service, then I can switch over to this machine and finish off anything that I've got happening. And then when obviously the other machine comes back, I can put this one back into the box. So 2-1 rotation is really ideal if you are running a business from home. And yeah, so what I really love about this machine is not just the price. Like, it was $249 Australian. It's never needed a service. It is, I think it's got like 12 stitches. Let me double check. Okay, so it has, oh my God, I need my glasses. Okay, so the features are mechanical top loading machine, okay, 16 stitches plus a 4-step buttonhole, so we love that. And I can read everything else out to you, but this is the one that made me buy my machine, and this is the one that made my business, this particular feature. It has stretch stitch adjustment. It seriously is one of the best features that you could ever possibly ask for in a sewing machine. Having that stretch stitch adjustment makes sewing thread through stretch fabric such a dream and you just go, how on earth did I make something that all the other Polewear brands make? Like, I'm not talking about other costume designers, I'm talking about brands that are, you know, created at a factory. This is producing that kind of quality, and it was just a game changer. Obviously, it's not just about the sewing machine, it's also about the person using the machine as well. So if you spend time with your machine and get to know it and sew different fabrics on different functions with different thread, with different needles, explore it like it is your best friend or your husband or your wife or whatever. Explore it so that you understand its in-depth personality. And that's what I did with this machine. So I could still hand this machine to someone else that doesn't quite know machines, and they'll still do a good job, but they won't do an exceptional job because they may not have actually explored the machine. So I think that this is a great beginner machine to start off with if you are just starting off with sewing stretch fabrics, any kind of fabric. You know, this can still do cotton and linen, and I made some really beautiful linen pants with this machine and some really gorgeous cotton dresses with this machine as well. But it is the star with stretch fabrics. So all your spandexes, all your wovens and all of that, this machine is just going to be absolutely amazing. I'm not going to take it out of the box, so if you want, you can just like write down the details or take a screenshot. I don't mind. I'm, like I said, I'm not affiliated with any of the brands. Like, I'm not affiliated with Janome. I just love their products. I think they've got great products, and I think that their products, I never had to have it serviced. And when I say that, this machine was going like maybe 3 years non-stop, 8 hours a day, and the machine is still wonderful. So I think that's a great testimonial for them. So yeah, but also my business thrived with this machine, and I built a business that that makes me happy and makes other people happy as well, just using this machine. And like I said, it's not just about the machine, it's also about the person using the machine. And you have to be the type of person that just wants to figure stuff out. Like, you just want to figure out what makes this machine so great. You want to find out what its weaknesses are, what its strengths are, and yeah. And like I said, the stretch adjustment, I think it's here. So it's the middle dial. As you can see here, you can figure this out. So you can put it on, your straight or your zigzag stitch, which is this dial here. And then with this dial, with the middle dial, you can actually switch it to stitch, to stretch stitch. Say that 10 times really fast. No, I won't. You do it. So this is the dial that you can turn, and that will create your stretch stitch fabric. So this is worth its weight in gold once it's turned on. And what's really special about this is, you know, sometimes you're sewing your spandex, your stretch, all that kind of stuff, and the needle doesn't quite go through the fabric. That might be a few reasons. One reason, it could be that your needle is really blunt and you need to change that, and it needs to be super sharp. But if you have changed that and it's not working and it keeps on like bouncing and skipping stitches and stuff like that, it could be because you need this function here, which is the stretch stitch adjustment. You can get that on some machines these days, sometimes not. So when you are shopping for an amazing sewing machine, make sure that it has this function if you want to use it for spandex and even sewing sequins. This was the best machine for sewing sequins I just thought, how can this be, like, I can create amazing polewear with this. So anyway, like I said, you've got to explore the machine as well as the fabric. So that was the winner for me, and I didn't even know. I just knew that I needed something to do the stretch stitch, and I knew that zigzag is a great option and one that you can really perfect. And with saying all this, you might have a sewing machine that might not have this function, and that is okay. I would suggest making alterations in your discovery of the machine. Change your needles out, change your cottons, change your thread. You might need to change your thread tension, all that kind of stuff to find the actual magic recipe to make your sewing machine do its job. So this is my favorite. I love it. I think it's a great beginner sewing machine for people who are learning to sew stretch fabric and even sequin fabric. Like I said, I'm not endorsing this product, but I am just a great lover of Janome. I think it's a wonderful brand. And this is also the perfect machine to sew all of my patterns. So if you've downloaded any of my patterns, and if you haven't, head to the link in bio and download a pattern and make something amazing. So head to the website. If you're just kind of starting out with me and you're not quite sure what kind of style I teach in, head to the website and download the Lily Crop. It's a free pattern. Let me just put this down. So head to the link in bio, grab yourself the Lily Crop. It is a free pattern and it comes in A4 US leather and AO layered for studio owners who might want to print it out in a layered format. There is also a free YouTube tutorial which I will post a link at the end of this video, so you can have a look at the tutorial to have a look at my teaching style, and if we're a good fit you might want to jump on board and start making sparkly leotards with me, because that is my specialty, teaching you how to make sparkly leotards. And you can just do it with a sewing machine. Like I said, I'm just showing you the sewing machine that made my business. It is not an overlocker, and I will go into an overlocker in my next video. But for now, if you just want to head to the website, get the Lily Crop, it's a free download. All you need to do is just pop your name and your email in and you will get the download of the files sent straight to your inbox. But actually check, because they might come into your spam folder, sometimes your junk folder. So it just depends on what your email server is like. And yeah, have a little search. Print it out 100% and no scaling or anything like that, and print out the pattern and away you go. So thank you so much for joining me. I really look forward to seeing all the amazing creations you make using my patterns. If you have any questions, please feel free to message me. There's like comments below here if you would like to just start up a conversation with some questions you might have. I actually made this video for quite a few people asking me about the sewing machine that I use. So yeah, there's never a silly question and I'm always happy to help you. So thank you so much for watching and have a beautiful day. Mwah!